Hey, welcome to Unpack Radio. I am your host, Norris Pope Johnson. I got with me DC Baddest.
Hey, hey.
And I got with me my good friend Sunshine.
Sunshine in the morning.
That first intro was lit, though. That first intro was lit.
Thanks for having me, guys.
God dang it. Now my nephew going to have to do all types of chopping and shrewing and editing.
It's all right.
Paul Devontae, shout out to you, good sir. Now, as we were speaking upon, Sunshine, my lovely, lovely Sunshine. Let's start it from the top. How did you meet me? You know what I mean? How did you?
Is that where we're starting?
Yeah, we started from the very, very top. You know, I got
Okay.
people who want to know.
Okay.
Man, I don't just put
You
this stuff
you
on
actually
Facebook. I put
you
this stuff
said
on YouTube.
I do as well. You started it and you said you told your story. So why don't you tell us
You want me to
your
start?
version of how we met?
Okay,
Yeah, in his
my
mind.
version of how we met. I met you at a cluttered house. You corrected me on that one. I met you at a cluttered house. And Sunshine words, in my own house.
irritate
I grew up
me.
in the hood.
Oh,
I know
my.
a dirty house when I see a dirty house. But we don't go with the cluttered house. I met you at a cluttered house. And I was with one of my admins, and we were looking around, and we was peeking on the scenes.
Your
and
admin for what?
I'm not going to name those names.
Okay, I was just checking.
I'm not
I
gonna,
was just
I'm not
trying
gonna
to see
give
how
no,
real you was getting
I'm
tonight.
not going to give
that's all.
nobody no shout outs.
Okay.
I'm no longer employed there.
I mean, it's still one of my brands, just so you know.
You can shout it out, but I'm no longer employed there.
Okay.
But
So just remember, keep in mind, he's no longer employed there, and I'm actually one of the owners now.
yeah,
so.
first hire, last fire. But I was with one of my admins, and we were being nosy, and this lovely vision.
I was an angel, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
lovely vision.
Yeah, I use those same words. Come touch your
Angel
hand.
from heaven came upon me.
What was that?
Hey, I never said I was a singer. I said I was a pastor. Came upon me and introduced herself and made me feel so welcome that I was just like, I'm going to steal her.
And you did.
I did.
Yeah.
Now, for those at home, they didn't get a chance to hear this, so we want to do this again. And y'all forgot what y'all said the first time, so the second time is going to be even more lit.
When you tell the truth, you can't forget.
Okay.
Ain't that the truth?
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we going back to this. We going back to this situation shit with my man. Then, my man's currently working from home with his wife. They're both working from home. They both doing the social distance on their computers, working from home. He called me complaining about she don't get dressed up no more. She don't put on makeup no more. She don't do her hair no more. She don't shower before 3 p.m. no more. She just sitting around the house eating, looking stink. What is your advice for this gentleman who has a wife at home not being presentable at home? DC.
As I stated before, he needs to have a conversation with his significant other. There needs to a definite conversation needs to be had if nobody's taking a shower. That's for damn sure.
Well, she's taking a
That's for
shower
starters.
eventually just after 3.
No. You supposed to handle your business every day. That's what ladies
What
do.
time frame do you got? What time frame?
It depends on you. I don't know what their schedule is. They might work like you work, like crazy. I don't know. So I can't. I'm just gonna give this solid advice. Hey, Slim, talk to your missus. Talk to her. That's your best friend. Talk to her. You should be able to go to her and say, hey, baby, at least give me 2 days out the 7 to put something on real cute. I'll go get some strawberries and some whipped cream or your favorite ice cream or whatever the case may be. You got to spice that thing up.
Hey, I like how we kicking off this show already. All right, Sunshine.
So of course, I'd have the same question that I had before. I wanted to know if the gentleman was doing the things that he wants his lady to do.
Bye, y'all.
And my answer was, heck no. This man sitting around those same dirty pajamas, eating cookies, and not brushing his hair, not staying fresh.
So,
That's
I mean,
just
that's
nasty,
double
though.
standard, number one, which I don't condone. And number two,
Come on, y'all.
they both got to freshen up. So I had suggested earlier that maybe they should freshen up together. Take a shower together and then, Yeah, get nice and fresh, and then we said what? Freaky fresh?
Yes.
Is that it?
Freaky
fresh.
fresh.
Freaky fresh.
Yes.
And I believe my advice was, my dude, congratulations, you played yourself. You cannot ask your woman to do something that you're not willing to do. And if you're going to ask her to get fresh, you're going to have to get fresh also and make yourself also presentable for your lady. And then eat the cupcake and make sure you lick the icing off. That's what I said.
Definitely do
fresh.
that after y'all get in the shower.
Fresh.
You could, and I think DC said you could do it while you're in the shower.
Definitely.
I was like, whoa. All right, now we caught those at home up.
All right, all right, all right.
Well, that's how this show started for those at home. We ain't got time to do that fancy intro no more, but hey, next week we'll make it lit. Sunshine.
Yes, sir.
For those at home, please once again explain in your own words, your own vision of what the lifestyle is.
Okay, the lifestyle, it depends what state you're in. It also depends where you're at in the country. And it also depends your perspective of what the lifestyle is. So I'll try to remember I can remember what I said earlier, but I say things differently depending on how the question is posed. So it's an open community where you don't necessarily have to be in a monogamous relationship to have a sexual relationship with someone. Or not even doesn't have to be a sexual relationship. It could be a one and done. So it's just more an open-minded way of thinking about sex. So I mentioned earlier, I don't believe in monogamy. I just believe that people should be a little more, not necessarily sexually free, because you can't be sexually free until you're open-minded and you're honest. And most people have an issue with being honest about how they feel when it comes to sex, simply because of religious beliefs or what they were taught or societal norms and standards. And those just aren't the things that I any longer believe in.
Okay, DC.
Wow.
I don't know if you can remember your first question.
I don't remember my first question.
But what's your next question then?
But I was going to piggyback off of what she was saying in reference to us being so religious and spiritual and sensitive and so in the closet about our sexuality. It's nothing that you teach, at a young age, but it's really being taught at a young age, if you understand what I'm saying. Our children watch us. When they get old enough, what do? They
copy what they say?
Exactly. And you got 16-year-olds out here having babies because what? It's a human touch that we love so much. And if she can help you be free and tap into that without being guilty, without feeling like you're doing something wrong, because it's a natural thing. God created us this way.
And that's a great point. I'm not I mean, it's not like I don't have religion in my past, but I'm no longer a highly religious person, because I believe more in energy and like the universal aspect of being a person. And a lot of that is just really getting away from societal norms and people's belief system. And a lot of the older couples that I meet, a lot of times the issue is one may have a heavy religious background, whereas the other one may have a non-religious background. And it's them trying to reach a different level in their relationship. And a lot of times you don't feel like you can speak about that with your significant other. And then the honesty piece. We talked about divorce and the cheating, how much people cheat. And it's usually because they have sexual needs or sexual desires and they're scared to speak them. So I just try to get people to a higher plane of sexual satisfaction, sexual gratification, orgasmic pleasure, and just being open to, we wouldn't be able to orgasm if it wasn't okay to do so. So, and it could be something simple like that. There's levels to how you have sex, but it's just doing what you're comfortable with, but then being open-minded to what your partner may need. And we don't talk about sex enough.
No.
We shame it.
Yeah. I have a question.
Sure.
Something that you said just struck me. In reference to monogamy, am I saying it right?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably better than me.
Right. you observe.
Hey, man. We do the best we can with the skills we have.
The monogamy for me is, I'm up in the air again. I was married. I love being married. I love being with one man. I got a little jealous streak in me, too. That's my man. That's my stuff. Don't you know. However, I do believe that it is something that I'm not able to give him. And another woman may be able to do that. Now, what I want to know is, with you being the leader in this journey to helping other people free themselves, is it okay for me to just accept the fact that I cannot please my man the way that he needs to be pleased and do my part and allow him to step outside? Or am I to be taught that which is what his needs are?
That's a great question.
That's
and
a great question.
It's definitely, I would have to really know you, and then I'd also have to know, are his needs unreasonable? But unreasonable is based on you, how you feel it's unreasonable.
Right.
But he may desire something that you can't give him because morally you don't feel it's something you want to do. But maybe you can come to an agreement. Or maybe it might not be exactly as he needs it, but you can meet him halfway. And that's the part that people don't even get to talking about.
Right.
Because they're not even honest up front that they need something you're not giving. Now, you feeling like you have to have more ownership, like that's my man, I don't want anybody else talking to my man, or that's also another level of openness that it takes people a lot of time to get to. And it definitely starts with us. You know, the people that are closest to me, or men that have been closest to me in the past, I always know they're coming home, if that makes sense.
It definitely does.
So when I've gotten to the point that, don't think I don't get jealous, because I do. But my jealousy...
You get jealous?
I definitely get jealous.
You get jealous, Sunshine.
My jealousy comes in when it's if I don't feel that I'm being respected, and I always have to feel like I'm coming first.
I was about to say, number one.
Yes, number one. But 9 times out of 10, whatever he did, he probably isn't even aware that he did it. And that's where we going to go off instead of actually communicating about it.
Right.
And to have an open relationship, because if you're going to let your man go off or you're going to let your lady go off, that's an open relationship. And in order to have an open relationship, you have to believe not only in yourself, but you have to believe in the relationship.
Right.
And that the only way it works is if you believe. Now, again, I have not been active in the lifestyle, and I announce this. I don't think people be listening to what I say sometimes, because
They can't.
I haven't been active in the lifestyle.
We can't hear you right now. We can't hear you.
I haven't been active for like well over a year. I just haven't, due to COVID and other things. So just because I have an open mind to an open relationship doesn't mean
that
I'm
you
just
out
out
here
fucking everybody I meet.
right.
It's just not like that. Or,
Right.
I'm sorry. I don't
It's
want to be
unsensitive.
Goddamn
Okay,
go
good.
Andrew.
I know. But I mean, I'm bad because like it means more when you say it that way.
Right.
I mean, I'm more of a provider of hope. Like I don't bash men. I'm not into male bashing, and I do keep now. I never say never. So, you know, just because I'm not active right now because it's not safe.
Right.
But if I was in a situation, or let's say, you know, I'm with my main sex partner and some friends come over and it went down to it. If we getting it in, we getting it in. I mean, he can do whatever he wants to do as long as we're communicating about it.
Okay.
Because I know what we have. So I don't have to worry about what he's doing with someone else.
Okay.
But that's a high level of respect.
Definitely.
And trust.
And trust.
And communication.
More importantly, that trust thing, that's serious, because you got
Yes,
so
it is.
much going on out there. As far as when you say your main dude, I'm thinking main dude mean all green signs. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
That means that trust level have to be on 1,000. So yes, so I definitely I respect you for respecting a person that you can trust like that.
Well, you can't base any relationships, friendships, I call them fuckawationships, situationships.
Hey.
You can't base any of that on sex. It's still based on the integrity of the person.
Right.
That is
And just I don't understand why people spend time with people they don't trust. Because once you lose it, or if you never earn it, you're never gonna have it.
I'm gonna answer that question for you. It's absolutely because they love the it's a feeling that you feel. It's like a because I used to be that person, so I'm trying to describe it to you. And it's like you always have something to nag at, to say. I always have something to say, always have an issue, always have something. Just as long as I got you in my presence, got you on the phone, because that insecurity creep up out your ass. And you know you have some things that you got to deal with on the inside. So that trust thing definitely will come into play, and men will play on it as long as they know that you're insecure in that area.
That is true.
Oh my goodness. So I had to learn that the hard way. And I'm gonna ask you this one more question, and I'm gonna let you take the floor. What has been, and I don't know if you do a crowd together, a group together, or couple by couple, but what has been your hardest crowd or particular persons to reach? Like they saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, or they Buddhist, or they black and white together, or what has been your hardest to reach?
The hardest, like couples are easy, singles are even easier. It's hard for people, especially in here, the DMV, to take what I do. I mean, I get invited to other events outside of the DMV all the time. I've done roundtables up and down the East Coast. I've been a part of events. I've sponsored events. I've hosted events, and it's just the hardest thing is really people just being real.
So what about DMV? I'm thinking we the realest.
This is one of the toughest areas for me to. I don't give a. I don't give two shits and a giggle. Yeah. This has been. I feel like I get less support here than I get in other parts of the East Coast and even across the country.
Oh wow.
Because people take things so personal here. It's such a sensitive area, which is crazy because it's so diverse.
It is.
Yeah, and then like you said, people want to own things.
May I take this one?
Of course, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, me and you used to do business.
Let's do it. Let's hear your perspective.
Me and you used to do business back in the day, and I've been in the fire. As a person who's been in the fire, I'm going to be very honest and blunt, and people may not like what I have to say.
We don't care about that. It's uncensored, do you?
And it's my podcast. I can say what I want to.
Of course.
Personally, we all in the DMV area, when I was coming through my trials and tribulations, it was very secretive. You had to know someone who knew somebody to even know about the lifestyle and be invited to a party. And it was all done by email. And one social app messed the game up. www.facebook.com messed the game up. But it made it a little bit more open to regular everyday people.
Right.
And regular everyday people bring their drama and they bring their BS with them to these parties. So sometimes when we trying to collect our little dollars, we invite the masses because we want to be lit. But sometimes you invite the masses, you got a little bit too much lit.
Right.
So sometimes inviting those masses can be dangerous because you don't really have time to properly vet them. As much as you want to, you can vet them all you want to. You can ask them all the questions you think you ask, and you're going to have a knucklehead that's going to come to your party. Now, there's one individual that people do not like, but sometimes I got to give him credit because he's the one that made the DMV lit on Facebook. Shout out to Dog. Now, I mean, he made the DMV popular on Facebook, but with popularity comes jealousy, and it comes haters that will stab you in your back and shit on your good name so you won't have a good party. Did I lie?
No, you didn't lie. But I still say the reason that I do what I do, especially with the referral service and the promotion package, is you shouldn't go to any event that you don't know anything about. And it's not up to the providers of the event, because depending on what you're into, if you're into particular things, you can find it if you're looking for it. But it's up to you to know where you're going and know what you're getting yourself into, and then know what to, I don't want to say know what to expect because you can never expect anything, but know what you're expecting to get out of the experience. So. And I'm not, I don't do open events anymore. So all my events are private.
You gotta know that password to get.
I have a private guest list. So
you gotta know a guy like
you might need to know somebody.
The secret knock and all that stuff.
It's just safer. That's all.
There's a lot. There's a lot more. Lot less drama, my love. Because we done seen our share drama. I don't remember. You remember that time when me and Donald had to regulate.
I remember many times.
Y'all
Yes.
had a what?
One time we had an event. Lexi could confirm. She was there for this one.
Yes.
This dude got mad because he misplaced his bag and literally thought someone stole his bag. And instead of letting us investigate, he proceeded to whoop his girlfriend ass outside.
Yeah.
I'm not making up this story. This is a true story.
Over a bag?
Over a bag, he whooped his girlfriend ass in that car. Somebody informed us that he was whooping his girlfriend ass outside. Me and my buddy, shout out to Donald, we ran down there and we picked him up and we body slammed him to the ground.
I'm sure you did. Anytime you get a chance to body slam somebody.
I literally had him in the arm lock of doom, and Donald ran to his car way down the road, got some handcuffs. Some strangers even jumped on him and started this and tried to help out, but I had him. PG came, let the dude go.
Wow.
But I mean, keep in mind,
This not our responsibility.
No, we do when holding events. Like I have security on staff, so I always have security in the house, whether we need him or not. Sometimes we don't need him, and he's actually enjoying himself. But it's no different than a bar brawl.
Yeah.
And people
Right.
still have inhibitions, and that's what I'm trying to help people get over, the inhibitions. That's why we
Right.
talk about it.
Right.
So if you're going to attend an event, maybe you should talk to a vet or a former vet and know what you're getting yourself into. You mentioned Facebook. Facebook and the lifestyle, to me, do not have anything to do with each other. Facebook it's social media. You can put your events on there to get people to come out, and that's all great. But you got to keep in mind, it's still the internet. People can put whatever they want. So just because you see the coolest flyer with the coolest party and they're offering all this information doesn't mean you shouldn't check it out before you go.
They offering you gas. They offer you a free bottle.
Right. Like, it doesn't mean you should go. You should still know what you're getting
I'm
yourself
pulling up that
into.
joint. That's for the free gas.
I mean, the first event that I was at, you were definitely there. My first birthday party, when people finally knew who I was, when I showed my face, we charged, a donation was $25.
It was.
Unheard of.
It was.
We didn't care who you was, $25.
That's the first time I saw you.
And we still had a quality event.
That's the first time I saw your face, and it was a pleasant experience.
I can't.
Now let's
man.
dip into. I mean, since I can go in my bag of secrets.
You got a bag of secrets?
My
I'd love
bag
to hear
of
about these
secrets.
secrets.
My first event when I knew you was just the latest person on earth. When we had the blackout party at Rose's, and literally, kids plugged earmuffs. You whipped out your double D's
Oh my God.
right there on the spot
Yeah.
and started a party right in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be that free? I was like, at that point, I was like, she is lit.
No, actually, being a nudist on purpose, I don't have to be lit to take my top off. Like, I would literally strip down right now. Nudity and sex do not correlate with me.
Well, if you do that,
And
you
then
get your
also,
pay,
I'm not going to do it, but I'm saying I would do it. I've been talking a lot with some friends, and we actually talked about this Wednesday on my show. Breasts should not be associated with sex. We feed babies with these. I don't see it's any different for a man to walk around topless than a woman. I feed my children. Milk comes out of my breast. If that's not natural and I carry a child for 9 months, I don't know what is. It's not my fault that people see breast and think of sex because they don't go together. Breasts are not for men to supple. They're for babies to eat. So if you really look at what's the purpose, that's the purpose. So it's not my fault men like to suck them too, but they're made for our children. That's why you have breasts.
That's what they were designed
Yes.
for.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
They're very
It does
enjoyable.
make
So
sense.
if I pull them out, that doesn't mean I want somebody to suck them. Maybe my bra's too tight. Who said put underwire under my bra?
Okay, yeah, we need to talk to somebody who did
Men
invent
probably
that.
invented bras.
Probably was
Probably
damn
so.
old man.
Like the mammogram machine.
Yeah, that's I heard.
That's
A
the
man
devil.
invented that.
That's uncomfortable.
That's
party
the
for these
demon.
ladies. All right.
How you feel about that?
How I feel about what?
The breasts.
They're very enjoyable.
So do you look at breasts sexually or
Of course
nurturing?
he does.
I look at them sexually. I'm not a baby. There's nothing you can do to feed me with those things. It's only one thing.
Please help me.
If I'm sucking on them, it's for enjoyment purposes only. It's not to nourish my body so I can get these gains.
But
It's not for anything but
honestly,
enjoyment.
Tell me how you feel. I want to hear your opinion. How you feel about that?
I just think that anything flesh and soft for a man is enjoyable, especially on a woman's body. It's just like having butt cheeks with no nipples. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, but
That's
none of
just
them are
to
meant
me.
that way.
But our body was designed for it to be nourishment for our children.
Yes.
The process of reproduction.
Of course.
That's what it was meant for. But man, we throw our little slang on it and it turns
Societal
into
stuff.
something
I'm sorry,
else.
I'm sorry,
And then it
ladies,
becomes
but-
a sensitive thing where it should have been an innocent thing all along, because women get criticized for breastfeeding their children in public.
yes.
And I think that that's absolutely absurd, because that's what it was designed for.
So to me, being a free spirit, it's no different for me to see a woman breastfeed as for me to decide to go topless. I feel no different. I'm not breastfeeding, but just because I don't, clothes are man-made. So just because I don't want to have on a bra and clothes, as long as I'm not hurting anyone, I just want to be free.
I know, everybody
It's a
was.
feeling of freedom.
No, I totally understand that.
Everybody enjoyed that moment.
But
Everybody enjoys it every time.
But for some people, I'm in the middle. I'm gonna be neutral with it, because I look at it from both sides. Because I'm not gonna say what I like to do, but I'm just saying.
Hey, man.
I'm an exhibitionist in my own way as well. However, for some people, I think it depends on the environment. Like, you wouldn't go to a playground and just whip them out.
Of course not.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yes.
some people just don't know the time and place. There's
But
a
if
time
I'm a
and place for
breastfeeding mother,
everything.
can I go to the playground and whip 'em out?
Absolutely,
Right.
but it's also an eloquently way to
Right.
get that done as well. So yes, if you feel like doing that, club scene, you have naked anyway, but just to strip over top of it, what's wrong with you taking it off? I don't get why they get so offended by it. They would rather see you with a string over top of your nipple than you just have your breast out. Do you understand that?
I
'Cause I
don't.
don't.
Well, that's only
And no one's ever unhappy when I take my top
Of
off.
course
I haven't seen
not.
that. One time, I go to, pre-COVID, I go to Hedonism 2 in Negril, Jamaica. I go there for my birthday.
Okay.
And I want to wake up nude. So I want to wake up and walk outside with no clothes on. And it's a clothing optional resort. So there's a whole side. It's not only can you cannot have on clothes when you pass a certain point. There's also no cell phones. So it's just the freedom of walking out, and I can walk outside. It's hummingbirds, flowers. It's Jamaica. It's beautiful. I can snorkel nude. I can get in the water nude. And yes, people want to have sex there, but there's a time and a place for everything.
Everything.
There's a time and a place for everything.
being honest.
You coming to Hito next year?
I'm not coming.
I was just messing with you. It's a joke. I already knew.
Look, he got nervous. His hands started shaking.
No shaking here. The answer is I'm not coming to Hito.
Because you have to be nude?
No, I'm not coming to Hito.
But is it because you have to be nude?
No, that's not coming.
Okay.
It's not a place that I'm going to be like, let's go. No, that's not.
Because a lot of people just
That's
come
not on
and
the
stay
list.
on the prude side and read books
That's not on the list.
and be one with nature.
You said no. You wouldn't. You in the midst. The first lady wouldn't go.
Me and the first lady will not be pulling up on Hito. No judgment zone. But me and the first lady won't be pulling up at Hito.
Okay.
But
Alrighty, tighty.
the whole nudity thing in the United States of America is only here. Because you go to other countries, they literally doing the weather nude.
Whatever.
The weather nude.
The weather.
Nude, yes.
There's a place in France where I can never remember the name of it, but you can do everything nude.
Turn
You can go to the
channels.
bank, the grocery store.
Everything nude.
There's a whole area, and the whole area is just. And again, other countries, especially France, is a lot freer than
So I
us.
think
Because
it's-
we've been so conditioned to put clothes on, it sounds weird to people, but it's a way of life for some people, and I think it's better to be free than to be in bondage and be open minded, as you said in the beginning. If you become open minded about stuff, now will I do it? No.
And again, if you
It's
don't
not
have to
for
do it, but you don't have
everybody.
to judge it.
Yeah,
And that's how it goes.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not for everybody.
Just like I'm not going to judge somebody with clothes on. I don't want somebody to judge me because I have my clothes off.
Exactly.
Hey,
Exactly.
my next question. I mean, because we go back. One time we had a party so lit that literally
The Halloween party.
The Halloween
party was lit.
the Halloween party was so awesome that literally they had ran out of space in the parking lot. Yeah. They had to stop hosting parties there. So how does it feel to be that awesome that you can shut down the whole block?
Oh, it was for Sunshine. It was for you, Sunshine.
I mean, I do. People do like to come party with me. I'm not sure why. I think a lot of it is
Come on now.
Hope and expectations. But yeah, we've had some major things happen. I mean, we had the mansion party we had in Dickerson. That was probably my wow. I've just never seen so many people come out to just have a good time, and we had a lot of obstacles, but it all worked out. But it feels respected and it feels loved. I have an issue sometimes with the balance of the love-hate, because I definitely got the love-hate in this area. But it unless someone's really affecting my movement, I just don't feed into it. I mean, my feelings used to get hurt early on, and I couldn't understand why people that don't know me would be angry, because I really didn't do anything to you. But then I learned over the years, it's really not my insecurities or my issue. It's really yours. And I'm going to be true to the people who are true to me. And I'm a ride or die. Like, I'm old school. Right. I'm a grown-ass woman. Right. I'm not, I don't need to make friends. Right. I love to have friends, but you either love me or hate me. Pick what you like and keep it moving. Right. And if you support me, I got you 100. And just like every time he hits me, if I'm free, I'm here.
Oh, yeah. In the beginning, we were fussing at somebody because they put the duck on us. So
yeah.
Now I know what tonight's man law going to be. How about that?
Okay.
We'll bring it back.
That's what's up.
Okay.
DC, you have a question?
I do have a question. I have a couple of questions, and it's in reference to making love. For couples who are new to each other and insecure with themselves, but feel the passion, I find myself trying to give advice, but that is so hard for me to do, because once you said when people are being fully transparent with you, that's the only way I'll be able to, or you can help somebody, if they're actually telling you the truth. You can't tell me, no, I really don't like her, but, and then that's all you grabbing on. You're sending mixed messages to her. So for that couple that don't know how to convey to one another, but want to take it to the next level, or want to just make love instead of, roughnecking it or whatever the case may be, what type of advice would you give to them? Because we have a lot of young people who really don't know what they're doing. They watch porn. They think they know what they're doing until they get into the act of it.
You are asking something.
That's really
fine tonight, girl. Oh, fine tonight.
You a mess.
So I mean, when you're dealing with couples, especially traditional couples, males and females, I usually suggest come up with what you do that you two really like, and then come up with what you'd like to do that you're not currently doing. And it could be mild things. I mean, you don't always have to go for the gold, like off the break.
Right.
But then a lot of even after you make love, how many people just stop and communicate? Like after you just, especially if you're a couple, there's nothing wrong with laying there for a second. Right. Like I actually asked this week, what do you do directly after your orgasm? A lot of people say they go use the bathroom. Some people say they go to sleep. Very few people, I think, like one of my homies who is a big supporter was literally like, we cuddle and talk. And I'm like, yes. Like, if that's your dude, if that's your man and that's your woman, it's okay to lay there and talk for a second. Right. And, rub his back, whatever, rub her arm. How was it for you? Talk about it.
Yeah.
What did you like? What do you wish I had done longer? Did you enjoy the positions? It's okay.
Right.
People can't do that.
Right.
And oh my goodness, I did a survey a couple weeks ago. Do you know like 67% of people pick up their phone? What?
After sex?
Yes.
After the process? Wow, that's crazy.
Because they're so addicted to picking up the phone. It's not. They're not doing it to hurt the other person. It's impulsive.
Right.
It's impulsive
unintentional
behavior.
too.
It's something you do all day. You look at your phone. So you finish and you look at your phone instead of looking at your partner.
That's crazy.
Does that make sense? Just really talk about what you like. And then games are great. Oh, I love games. Like, come up with one thing. Like, and sexting is great if you're committed. I ain't saying send dirty pictures. I don't condone that. But if you're in a good relationship and you trust your partner, get it ready. Like, what is it? Before you have sex, what are you doing? You're pre-gaming. Like, pre-game all day. Get a foreplay. Thank you. That's the word I couldn't think of. Foreplay all day.
Foreplay me all day, please.
Exactly.
Because don't think you just about to come and just rash it. I'm looking, what, hello, how you doing?
And it could just be, hey, beautiful, how's your day going?
Exactly. Or a good morning text. Or, hey, did you eat lunch?
Exactly.
You're letting me, you're thinking about me. You care about my welfare, my being. Hey, did the children get to school on time? Did you ever get, to fix that flat? I'll make sure I take care of that this weekend.
Exactly.
Or hey, I'm thinking about putting together a trip for us. Making plans for a grown woman means a lot.
Yes, definitely.
Make plans for me.
That's a whole nother topic, but
right. That's part of it, though.
I know it definitely is, but that.
You know what? I'm really
because there's so many different ways that.
She's asking some good questions, and you're coming back with some good feedback.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
some
it.
great.
Because
I've thought about this a lot.
She's the expert. That's what she do.
Thank you, baby.
That's why she get to fly and go everywhere.
Now,
I'm trying to get there.
You have some questions for us. So, what questions do you have for us?
So, on Sex Talk with Sunshine, which I'm on every Wednesday. I'm doing it from home right now. But we just started on fullswapradio.com. Shout out to them. They're actually. There's a few sex positive. We're sex positive podcasts. So feel free to check that out. We're really excited. It's a huge movement, and it literally got released last Friday. So
before you go any further, explain your sex positive so people will know exactly what that means.
Meaning, like, I'm going to give you all some questions from my show, and it's a sex positive show. We're not talking about negativity. All we want you to do is think about your sex life and what could be better. And then I always, like I said, I follow up with a message to really make you think about how you're having sex. Like, again, lay there for a second and communicate. So this is an example like this, and I use this. It's uncensored. I can say what I want, right? Okay, I don't try to look at me crazy.
We'll put the parent advisory
I'll be politically correct.
We'll put the parent advisory on it.
We played a couple. I think 2 weeks ago on episode 40, we played I know a penis or a vagina. Now, that's not what I say on my show, but I'm going to say it politically correct.
Right. Thank you.
So we ask questions like, squalene is a natural lubricant in women. What animal also has the same natural lubricant? Snakes, sharks, or sheep?
Sheep.
What do you say, baby girl?
Shark.
Sharks, you're correct.
Really?
Yes, that's true.
Wow, this is interesting.
Yeah, I'll give you a couple. Yeast infections are caused by an imbalance of bacteria. Can humans with dicks catch yeast infections? Yes. Oh, penises. My apologies. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you're both correct.
Yeah,
Why did you know that?
Why did I know that?
Yeah. Do you see you thinking? You don't have to answer me, but I want to give you. That's why.
Right.
You know something and don't even know.
Right.
So
that you know it.
I want you to think.
That's what's up.
Makes sense. I'll give y'all like. I don't want to run over
Girl,
your
I'm
time.
gonna have a party.
I don't know what time it is, but we're going to go over the normal time.
Okay,
It's
I'll just give you a
8:10.
couple more. I want to make sure you get some good information.
Yeah,
How far can a penis shoot sperm? 2 feet, 3 feet, or 5 feet?
I don't know.
It can go 5.
I'm going 5
I
feet.
think it can go 5.
I'm going 5 feet. Might be
Yeah.
one of those backed up nights. And he just like,
Go ahead, TMI, dude.
It's 2 feet. It's 2
2
feet,
feet?
guys. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What alcohol beverage has a pH similar to a woman's vagina? Vodka, beer, or wine?
I'm going with
Wine.
beer.
You're correct. Wine. A vagina's pH should be under 4.5, just like wine.
Oh.
4.5.
That's what they
So
say,
all
fine
I'm
as
doing,
wine.
yes, fine as
Yeah.
wine. All I'm
That's
doing is
true.
giving you information
That you
and you're
already
learning
know,
for it.
pretty
So
much,
that
yeah.
night after we did the game, we talked about things you could do to make sure 2021 started with orgasmic pleasure. I talked about getting through the pandemic safely. Always uplift yourself with saying you're amazing, you're great, you're appreciated. Inspire, trust people, and enjoy your life. So I talked about quotes, like putting a quote on your mirror. Like when I get out of the shower, it says, "Be amazing today." So it's just that little reminder.
Yeah.
Because I had a lot to do today.
Yes.
And I just want to, when I get out of the shower, I want to remember that
Yes.
I need to be amazing.
Yes. I do believe in mornings, and I'll say this because I was raised like that. My grandmother would never chastise us in the morning, even if we did something wrong, because she said, this is going to set the tone for your day. I will talk to you when you get home. She don't know that messed up my whole day anyway, because I was going to
Still
get in
worried
trouble.
about it.
But I definitely respect the person who can respect my morning, because that's how our day gets started.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
May I ask y'all some questions as a man?
Of course.
So you can
Anything you want.
You can school us a little bit.
I'm definitely not schooling y'all. I just want y'all to think.
Well,
That's all.
I mean,
Think on another level.
Life
That's
is
it.
a journey of knowledge.
Yes, sir.
And we learn from each other on a daily basis.
Ask your question.
My first question for the ladies. What would you recommend for a man to do to get your engine started?
You start, sweetheart.
We said it earlier. Foreplay for the day for me. Me personally, I like the phone calls. I like the texts. I like roses scent, flowers scent. Just little gestures that you do. That gets my gears grinding, literally. You don't even have to touch me, and I'm ready. You understand what I'm saying? So if it's that much passion, it's not too much that you have to do. But if you just drive and you coming to the table with nothing, then you already know, bro, you got to go downtown.
Downtown. All right,
That's what's
Sunshine.
up. Yeah, I'm really into to acts of service, but then I'm also into certain things like not practicing them. Like for example, I decided I'm not having oral for 2020, and
That's 2021.
I know I'm still not having it for 2021, but it was a personal choice, and when I finally decide to, I'm sure it'll be epic. So yeah, it's just really like respect what I'm asking you, and then the acts of service for me, like I'd rather someone, I don't know, like cook for me, like
So you
I don't
know
have
your
to
love
prepare dinner.
language.
Yeah, definitely my love language. Yes,
Yeah,
I love the love
That's why we
languages.
the best team in the
Yeah.
world. I was just thinking that.
Yeah, and that's my thing. So it's like, even though I'm into the traditional male woman roles, I'm still into, things that I don't have to do. So and plus
Okay.
I'm a bit of a carnivore. I like animal flesh. So
Okay.
yeah, I love a man to cook for me.
Okay. Next question, ladies. Are toys a no-no in the bedroom?
Absolutely not. I think whatever is in your bedroom is between you and your significant other. It could be an elephant. It could be another person. I mean, if you guys choose to do that, I think it's up to the couple. But I say no. It's nothing is off limits.
You can't. I mean, of course, toys are okay. I mean, like, add as many as you can.
Right.
Like, all the fellas should definitely have a pocket pussy. No, I'm just kidding. But I just wanted to say it because it's a cool thing to say. No, but I'm really big on clitoral stimulators. I'm really big on, well, nothing can take the place of touch. Keep in mind, toys are
Definitely.
just to accentuate a scene. Nothing could take the place of what a man feels like, for me anyway.
Right.
And I'm straight, so people always wonder that too. So yeah, definitely incorporate things. The toys are to make the scene sexy.
Right.
Yeah, they're not to hinder what the male has.
Right.
And if he's doing it right, you're good.
Yes.
All right, next question. 'Cause I like these. Are threesomes off limits in your relationship?
For who? For who
For the male or the
relationship?
right?
For you two. This is
For married people, for single people, for
married, single, otherwise. Are threesomes off limits in your relationship?
once again, it depends on the couple.
Okay.
Nothing is off limits, and if you're married and you talk about it, I think that it's a consensual thing. Hey, let's get it cracking,
Oh, we can get us a unicorn on.
and then
We'll tell you what a unicorn is later.
play too much.
We're gonna get into some definitions too. But Sunshine.
No. There's in my relationships, situationships. There's nothing really off limits as long as we discuss it. Right. I mean, again, I'm not into women, so yeah, we could have another woman join as long as we know what the limits are. I'm still okay with
Exactly.
it. I'm definitely okay with seeing, my partners with other women. That doesn't bother me at all. And then he should also be okay with seeing me with other men.
So you're a pillow princess then. Yes,
You know,
no, baby. So are you a pillow princess?
Through the years, that's been, yes, I would consider myself a pillow princess, but through the years, people don't like that terminology. But so it's whatever people's perspective is. I don't go down on women. Let me just put it like that.
All right.
Yeah, I just don't.
some
Morally, that's not my thing.
I had a question for you
Sure.
too as well. I'm not
Hey,
sure
baby girl.
how much science how far in science you've gone as far as the vagina goes. But when a woman's libido is really, really low, what suggestion would you have for her in that type of situation? Because you know sometimes with medicine, it can mess you up.
Yes.
You don't have the desire. You're not it's wet. You know what I'm saying? Things are just not the same.
Right. No, I
as
understand.
before. So do you have any type of advice for somebody that's in that situation?
I mean, definitely if you're on any type of medication, and the same with men, a lot of men are suffering from erectile dysfunction very early now. So it's definitely figure out what your stimulus is, because it might not be the same. I mean, vagina dryness, there's plenty of lubricants, and I always recommend like a water-based, just because it's safer for you. But I mean, of course, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not saying that I am, but you would be surprised what turn-ons are. And then I did a piece on your senses, because smell is actually one of your strongest senses, and it actually really stirs sexual desire. So if you know, and it might not be, I'm not talking about necessarily perfume. It could be a food, it could be a fragrance, it could be a flower, it could be a dessert. There's things that really get us going.
Right.
So really talk to somebody and zone in and figure out what those are.
Yep.
And then, of course, nothing to me beats touch, but it doesn't mean you need to be touched in a sexual manner. Like, I really love the back of my neck rubbed. I love my back rubbed. You could be rubbing my arm, and I'm going to get turned on.
Right.
So knowing what your turn-ons are, you just got to go outside the box.
Right.
So does that make sense?
That does make sense.
good.
It makes a lot of sense.
You are dropping
Yes.
some gems on this show.
Thank you.
All right, my last question. And then we're going to get into a few definitions, and we're going to try to wrap this up in a reasonable time, because I think we got somebody come behind us. Oh, well, keep it rolling then. All right, my last question. How do you guys feel about men who like anal pleasure from a woman?
I don't know. Nobody. I don't know.
They out here. They out here every day, B.
Well, guess what? B don't know nothing about it. Know nothing about it.
Come on, DC. You telling me ain't no dude, you down there licking the testicles and he ain't trying to scoot his butt like in your face?
No.
Like, come on, baby. Let's put the tongue in. All right, Sunshine. DC act like she act
No,
like
it's
she
okay.
innocent.
I mean,
That's not an act.
I don't eat ass. So I don't eat ass. I'm not an ass eater. I just don't. I mean, I'm not a bottom feeder. But it's okay.
I thought my man was going to jump
No,
up and
no,
say,
no.
that's a damn lie.
No. Well, first of all, here's the worst part about me. I don't lie. Like, that's the worst thing about me is I don't lie. So if you ask me a question, you're going to get the real.
You gonna get the truth.
You're going to get the real. And then, again, I don't mean to offend anybody, but however, I don't think it's anything wrong with people who choose to do it, male or female. I mean, I don't want mine eaten either, like, because
It doesn't. I don't know.
it doesn't do anything for me. Now, have I ever had anal? Yeah, I have, but that's different. So, yeah, that's not what you're asking. Do you eat ass?
I've never had an ass, but I will be
You
honest
never
and
licked an ass?
Not in my lifetime.
Not even by accident.
Not by accident.
Yeah.
I
You
don't know how
never
your
thought you.
tongue-
I'm saying
I
you
don't know how
never
your
thought
tongue
you were
gets
at
to
the
that-
vagina and you
No,
were at the
no.
hole.
Remember when we used to be kids? You'd be like
Attention
this.
to detail, Kenny will save your life. But I will be honest. I've had my ass at before.
We didn't ask you that.
Wait, this is already. I
So,
can't tell my
no, it's
truth.
okay.
I can't tell my truth.
I'm glad he said it. Did you
I can't
enjoy
tell
it?
my truth.
Did you enjoy it?
Not really. It was weird.
Okay, but it
Oh,
was
my
different.
gosh.
But that didn't mean you didn't enjoy it.
No, I didn't enjoy it. at all.
Okay. So let me say this.
I just
If
thought
you
it was
experience something new, if you automatically think of it as bad or weird, you're not going to enjoy it anyway.
Yeah, it was-
So
it just-
you should have just laid back and opened your legs. And
I
rolled with it.
didn't. Oh,
Thank you. Hey, Juicy. Hey, Carmen Bella. Thanks, Abe.
No, I didn't go. I didn't
Woo!
open my legs and like, hey, why you down there? Let me push your head. No, I didn't do all that. I just felt like it was weird, and I was just like, nah, I'm good. That's a no for me.
Can I add one thing?
Sure.
I really want to hear your opinion on this. So, anal's a complete no for you. It's a never, not gonna do it. Not.
I didn't even respond to it. Some things I'm not gonna put out there. I'm just saying. Listen.
You're not. So you.
I'll try
plead the fifth?
anything. I'll
Oh,
try.
okay. You would try.
I will try anything. Have I tried it? I will be transparent and say yes, I have.
Okay.
Thank you for living your truth.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think
what's
it's up to, like I said, it's up to you and the individual. Some men don't like doing it, and some men love to do it.
Right. So why do you think men love to do it?
That's a good question.
One thing, I think it's a power thing.
Oh, really?
I think
understand.
it's an ego and power thing, especially men with small penises.
Sunshine?
Right. Well, for me, I think the men that like to do, which again, it's not something I do often. And again, it will go back to that trust factor. If I did that with someone,
Right.
that whole piece I said that was required for me in the beginning. But I definitely think it just has to do with the tightness. That's really it.
Right.
Now, if they try, like, if a man is trying to pound the back like he pounds the front, you
That's
might not want to.
crazy.
Right. That's still
Yeah.
back to the respect thing.
Right.
So it just depends how it's done. But for women, the reason I recommend try it, if you can, and if you're comfortable with doing it, is it's a totally different type of orgasm from the others.
Definitely.
Like an anal orgasm, a vaginal, clitoral, they're all different. And the penetrate. So that's why I recommend it. And again, it's positive sex. And you wouldn't orgasm from it if you weren't ever supposed to do it.
Absolutely.
Full circle.
And that is so. What you just touched on, we haven't talked about is the different ways that you can have orgasms. It's oral, it's internal, do penetration, and you do have a G spot in other places.
And an A spot.
But a lot of I don't know about no A. I only know one
It's
one
an A
letter.
too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
we
you
will
can
talk about
school
that
me.
later.
I'm about to say you can school me. I'm all down for learning.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Cause when this thing, I'm trying to tell you.
When she find that right man,
Yes,
it
sir.
sounds like it's gonna
Hey,
be
bruh,
animal
wherever you
noises,
are.
handcuffs,
Trust
whips,
and believe. I
chains,
don't do the handcuffs.
outfits. Like
I ain't
it's
ready
gonna
for
be.
handcuffs.
I'm just like I
You
pray.
can do one.
I pray for that man and
I
his
don't- I ain't even gonna
stamina
lie, I'm
because he
scared of
better
the
bring
handcuff.
his A game.
I don't like to be tied down either.
I don't-
That's not- I
I
don't like to be
don't.
restrained. That's
That's
not
No.
one of my
no.
favorite
Yeah.
things to do is to be tied up.
Dang, Miss Kim, you got a lot of work to do, man. I swear.
Hey, you
Making
know,
her
man,
work.
Stay on me and my first lady business. Lady.
You put it out there. I didn't.
All right. Now I threw out a lot of definitions, and it was unfair for the viewer at home because they might not know nothing about this stuff.
I know. Call in. Y'all call in.
I don't know. Well, last time we did have a call in, so we might sneak a call in too this week. But Sunshine, from your own knowledge and background and experience, what is a unicorn?
To me, and my definition may be a little bit different than others. It's basically just a single female that's moving in throughout the lifestyle community, just like a male is called a bull.
That's a new name.
What?
A new name for single males? A bull?
No, it's always been there. It's just not it's not popular in
it's
this
not
area.
It's
Yeah.
not utilized in this area. Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
There's a single female moving around, enjoying her life from couple to couple, and
Or maybe just watching.
maybe just watching.
Yeah, you could be participating or not.
Yeah.
Kind of just whatever floats your boat.
Okay. What is a pillow princess?
A pillow princess is someone that will allow someone to perform oral on her, but she's not going to perform oral back. And again, that's an option. So, I mean, I don't want to add new terms because we're wrapping up new ones, but I used to do charity and etiquette. Yeah, but I don't do that anymore.
Okay.
So, evolution.
That's
Do
what's
you
up.
have any questions?
No, I just want to send out the message that what she does for a living and sex, period. It needs to be explored. It needs to be taught correctly. And people need to get knowledge. Without knowledge, we fail. And we definitely need to continue to read up. If you want to keep your marriage going, if you want to keep your relationship spicy,
Yes.
and you just want to be that couple that goes the mile. That endurance level is just on a totally different level. I just honestly believe that there's a couple out there that's willing to do, some of these things, and they willing to sit in front of sunshine and say, look, I'm struggling right here. I need help right here. Being transparent.
Well, I'll put my stamp on it because this is another true story. Somebody reached out to me looking for her.
It happens.
I'm at work. They like, hey, is this Sunshine? I'm like, no, this ain't Sunshine. I don't know who you are, but let me confirm your identity and I'll put you in touch with her. I confirmed the identity and I put them in touch with the right resources, and they got the help they needed to improve their relationship.
That is
and
correct.
it always make me happy to see my friends do well.
Yeah.
And whatever they do.
Yes.
Now, I mean, I have some friends, we believe in being accountable to each other. That's the key word, accountable to each other. And sometimes we lose accountability towards each other. And sometimes you may fall out of love with friends, and sometimes you might find your way back to friends. And it's always awesome when you can call someone and be like, I need you. I need you bad. All right, we're going to try to take a little break and hope the audio hold up. And it looked like it may or may not. Be right back. Pray on audio.
Good stuff.
Vintage got the heat.
Welcome back to Unpack Radio. I'm your host, North Pole Johnson. Got me, DC Baddest.
Hello.
And may I say, my love, that outfit this week is fire.
Well, thank you, darling.
I don't know what you got planned after the show.
Absolutely nothing. Absolutely
but
nothing.
But it sound like somebody in for a good time.
Well, no, this is the thing. We've been in quarantine for a year now, and I have clothes in my closet and nowhere to wear them to. So what better place to come?
Bring them out, them out.
Yes. I mean, do the damn thing. It's 2021 now. If you didn't do it in 2020, 2021 it got to be your year.
And I have with me my good friend, Miss Sunshine.
Yes, Lord.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, love.
Yes.
Because you saved the situation this week. It was nice to be. I reached out to you on Monday and kept my fingers crossed that you wasn't too busy, and you reached back immediately and said, I'm available.
Yeah, she is, sweetie pie.
So
thank you, guys.
That's awesome. DC, do you have a final point of view that you want to lay out there about something you may have learned today, or something you might want to pass on to the people watching at home? Because we receive a lot of good comments, which I'm going to talk about after you make your statement.
Sure, I would. I would just like to say to our beautiful DMV and anybody else who's watching who's not affiliated with DMV at all. Listen, walk in your own truth. There is nothing greater, no better set of satisfaction than waking up every day, walking in your own truth, not following somebody else, not listening to what somebody else told you, but walking in your own truth. That very well could mean anything for you, but for me, it just means do what I want to do. Live how I want to live, and never worry about people. People will always be your downfall, whether they're lifting you up or bringing you down. So just walk in your own truth and live in peace and not pieces. How about that?
That's awesome. Sunshine, before I get to your final point of view, first and foremost, thank you.
Thank you.
Because we had a long ride, my love. We didn't fell out. We didn't fell in.
I don't think we ever really fell out.
Well,
we were just busy.
We took a break.
We were busy.
Yeah, we was busy.
Life happens.
Life happens, and then life doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me.
You did an awesome job.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to the
Yes.
feedback. But I think you made some good points. And I think you really were able to convey what you really do and what the lifestyle really is. and bring it to the point where it has some type of humanity. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, of course.
So what's your final point of view you want to throw out there to the viewers on YouTube and the rest of the world?
Well, I definitely appreciate the opportunity to spread my message. It's definitely a movement. Team Sunshine is a movement.
Team Sunshine.
Team Sunshine all day. And
That cup is vicious.
It's literally just to keep you positive. So I want people to stay positive, stay open-minded. And if you need information, ask for it. Like, don't be scared to reach out individually or even as a couple. And just, we've had a rough 2020, and it's 2021, and it's really time for people to find their happy. And part of that is actually orgasmic pleasure, because you release those good endorphins to make you happy when you have an orgasm. So if you're not having enough, like, yeah, find me or find someone like me to really take you to that next level in your life. Yeah, good orgasms do work for you when you wake up in the morning.
Hey.
All right, where can they find you before we wrap this puppy up?
You can find me, my business page is Sunshine Asis LLC. It's also my website. You can find me every other Thursday for Adult Conversation radio show with Just Drew, who's also been a guest of you guys.
Oh, he's regular.
Yes.
He's regular. We just got to remind ourselves to put the editor on that one.
That's my brother from another mother. You can catch us together every other Thursday, and you can catch me each Wednesday for Sex Talk with Sunshine.
All right.
I'm Googleable. Ooh.
Googleable.
Yes.
Google me.
Oh, that's right.
My first, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna start off with a high note, then I'm gonna bring it into the dirt. How about that one? My final point of view is, you have to be open-minded about what you do in your bedroom so you don't fall away from your love. And you have to realize that your prudeness can cost you a good thing. And for us guys out there, we have to realize that sometimes you have to push that starter button and let that engine warm up. And once that engine get nice and warm, then you can hit that gas pedal and enjoy the ride. That's my smooth little old school talk for you guys out there. All right, now I did the good note. It's time to give a man love. My dude. There's never one time ever in this lifetime that I'm going to chase you to be on this podcast. You know who I'm speaking to. I'm not going to go looking for you. I'm not going to go try to find you. I'm going to send you one message. If you don't send that message back promptly, we will move on. With or without you, the show must go on, and it will go on promptly every night at 7 o'clock. That's my main point of view. And in the business world, you should be more responsible and accountable to your actions. See, that was smooth, wasn't it?
That was smooth.
That was smooth. Now, next week, I don't know how we got him. Shout out to Kevin, per Bullfit, because he put his stamp on me. So next week, we got Steve Shaw, who's one of the biggest YouTube fitness people out there. I don't know how we got him, this little humble podcast, but next week, we got one of the big dogs in the game, and he has a lot of advice. You can find him on Massive Iron, or you can find him on YouTube, and his name is Steve Shaw. Check out his video. My favorite video is You'll Never Lift 315, which me and my nephews and everybody had a debate about, and then we realized that he was 100% correct. So next week, we talk about getting these gains, and I'm going to find the best shirt I can find that's flex on them next week. We'll see y'all next week.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, next week got flex on them.
You gonna be flexing. You the only one gonna be flexing. My arms ain't built like that.
Let's get I'm not a rapper, but I'm still a rapper. I'm MC Ghana Sifla AIDS. In other words, I will kill a rapper. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Almost as heavy as the hands that hit the head.